Now, I tend to think of the YouTube community as generally gay-friendly, liberal-minded people. However, we obviously still see in society a large amount of people that are homophobic. But we need to remember that it is very, very difficult for us to change these people's minds. So instead, the fight needs to take place on those whose mind is still adapting. And realistically, that means people who are 15 years old and younger. Fortunately, this coincides with the age group of the people who watch the most television, and also, more importantly, the age group of people who watch the most YouTube. And so for this reason, I say comedy is the greatest tool that we possess. So the question today is, what effect does putting homophobic and homosexual characters within comedic sketches achieve? Now, first of all, we need to remember that within certain sketch contexts, various personas are amplified. So not only does this allow us to show the absolute worst, most degrading aspects of homophobia without it seeming out of place or silly, but also we can show a slightly more turned down version of homophobia, i.e. something we see in real life. So someone who watches these videos can then create a link between homophobia in real life to what they see on the screen, and understanding this amplification occurs, recognise that this action in real life is somewhat ridiculous and maybe even wrong. Secondly, any good long-form comedy, and even the majority of most short-form sketches, need a level of normalisation to create relatability between you and the screen. And so we can use homosexual characters to fulfil these roles, thus showing that being gay is just as much a part of society as, say, being dyslexic, i.e. something you're born with and can't do anything to change. And thankfully we do see a number of gay characters within sketches, and big thank you here to Jack and Dean above all. But in a modern day and age, there are still many other problems. For example, even amongst late teens, we still see sexism, racism, and a general disregard for transgender issues. And Consent Aside, which was brilliant, we don't really see much content on YouTube which addresses these three areas. And so if you are someone that does make comedy, please leave a comment, or even if you will make a video, explaining if it's, say, a faux pas to be sexist in a video, or whether it's simply difficult to be funny about a transgender character. But if you're not someone who makes comedy, please look out for discrimination in real life, and if you see it, address it head on, because if you don't, discrimination is just going to carry on.